A very good morning to all of you. So today we will understand the topic of biostat, and today's class is for PG students only. Okay, biostat is a part of your paper 1, in which a lot of questions asked in the biostatistics part. Okay, so before studying anything, we should know the basic idea. That is, what is the parametric test and what is the non-parametric test. Because if you don't have the basic idea and if you don't understand what is the difference between parametric and non-parametric, then you are not able to understand the different type of tests, like t-test, z-test, ANOVA, chi-square. So first you have a basic idea what is difference between parametric and non-parametric. So if you know the basic idea and basic difference, then you are able to write in your exam if questions asked in this topic. And sometimes the question I ask directly as a what is difference between parametric and non-parametric test, or question can be asked as a short note on parametric test or short note on non-parametric test. So if you know this difference between these two, so you are able to write if any question is asked, and short note always asked in the biostat part. Okay. So we will start our series. We will cover one by one topic of your biostat that are frequently asked and most important for your paper 1. Okay, according to your MD and MC curriculum. Okay, let's start it. So what is parametric test and what is non-parametric test, and how you will differentiate these tests. Okay, so first of all, parametric test. First thing is that parametric test you will use for normally distributed population. Okay, while non-parametric test is used for a skewed population. Now what is normally distributed population? Normally distributed population is that the population which follow your bell-shaped curve. Okay, the population which follow your bell-shaped curve, that is normal distributed population. And skewed distribution is that which don't follow your normal distribution. Either it is more on this side or more on that side, so it is not bell-shaped. Okay, and it doesn't follow normal distributed population. Okay, so first difference is that parametric test you will use for normally distributed population, while non-parametric test is used for your skewed distributed population. Now second point is that parametric you will use for quantitative data, where quantity of any data required, then you will use parametric test. While if you require the qualitative data, if you don't require quantity, you need a qualitative data, then in qualitative data you will use the non-parametric test. Okay. Third is, the question is asked which is more powerful. Can be asked for the MCQ. Okay, it's important for your MCQ point of view. Okay, MCQ, which study is more powerful, parametric or non-parametric? So remember, that is parametric is your more powerful study, while non-parametric is less powerful study. Okay. Next, what we will use in parametric test. So remember, in parametric test we will compare the mean and standard deviation. Okay, while we will use the parametric test, then we will use the mean and standard deviation. We will calculate for comparing our data. Suppose we have just taken any data from of our research and we want to compare that data. So, and you are using parametric test. Then in parametric test, what you will use? You will compare the mean and standard deviation. While in non-parametric test, what you will calculate? You will do the comparison of percentage and proportion. Okay. Next difference is that what are the measurement scale you will use in parametric test. So in parametric test you will use the interval and ratio. Okay, while in non-parametric test you will use what? Nominal and ordinal data. So you can remember this trick, that is non-parametric, NO. Non-parametric takes NO. So in non-parametric you will use nominal and ordinal data, not NON. So by taking these two first alphabet and NO, you can remember in non-parametric you will use nominal and ordinal scale, while in your parametric you will use your interval and ratio. Clear? Now, next difference is that while you will use this parametric test, you will get the complete information about the population. Okay, while in it you cannot get the complete information. So in parametric test, you will get the complete information about population, while in non-parametric, incomplete information about population you will get. All right. Now, what are the examples? That is, what are the tests which comes under your parametric test? So, like your t-test, f-test, z-test or z-test. Z-test is also pronunciated as z-test. Okay. So, t-test, f-test, z-test or z-test and ANOVA. ANOVA, what is ANOVA? This is analysis of variance. The full form of ANOVA is analysis of variance. Okay. So t-test, f-test, z-test and ANOVA comes under which category? These are the parametric tests. Okay. And non-parametric tests include your chi-square test. Okay. Chi-square test, Mann-Whitney test, Wilcoxon test, etc. Okay. So these tests comes under your non-parametric category. Okay. So this is the basic idea that you have to know what test comes under parametric and what test comes under non-parametric and what is the difference between parametric and non-parametric test. Got it? So you must read it and sometimes ask as a difference, ask as a short note, and for your further understanding, so that you will be easily understand the further topics of t-test, z-test and ANOVA, you should know the difference between these two. Alright. In next further our biostat series, we'll cover the important topics like t-test, ANOVA test, chi-square test. These are the frequently asked questions. So thank you for all today, and next we will understand more topics. Thank you.